Today, for the Bitcoin price, this is an absolute emergency, guys.
Shut up! It's not a freaking emergency!
Sorry! What's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Just wanted to do a quick update on our Ethereum fractal and also what I'm seeing on sort of maybe some of the shorter term time frames. For Ethereum, I do think Ethereum is ready to move up past or at least up to its previous highs, upwards of about 4K. So we're going to go over that here and show you exactly what I'm looking at here for over the course of the next couple of weeks for Ethereum. So we've been tracking this fractal, everyone. So it's not anything new that we've been tracking this fractal for weeks now. Okay, we've been tracking this fractal since really Ethereum was down here in June and July, and looking at how the similarities to 2017 were exactly there. Now, everything is still going according to plan, guys. You can see that, I mean, just looking at the basic structure, you can see the similarities here, where just once again for an update, we did have a double top, and we came back down to simply test the previous resistance and flip it as support, just like we did here. And not only did we flip that previous resistance as support, everyone, but we also came back down to test our weekly support bands, which is the 20 and 30 moving averages. So we did literally everything that we wanted to do there, which is super, super exciting. And it's looking more and more like 2017 the longer we go on. Now, you'll have people in the comments section say, Jordan, you can't compare 2017 to 2021. It's completely different times. And you know me, I'm a more of a realist than anyone. And we sort of look at these fractals because that's really all we have to look at. Ethereum, the only thing we have to look at is the 2017, 2016 run. So that's really all we have. So that's why we're gonna use the data that we have and sort of go from there. But you know you're gonna have the trolls in the comment section are gonna come in and sort of say, Jordan, you can't compare, which is true. Now, back in 2017, like we were saying about the 20 and 30 moving averages on the support bands on Ethereum on this back test and a nice bounce, which looks like you're about to possibly get a weekly bullish engulfing candle, which is extremely bullish candle, guys, coming up here on the weekly. If we go back and look at 2017, we actually didn't even get that weekly bullish candle. But you can see we came back down to test our weekly support bands on the back test, along with back testing our previous highs. And then we came back up. And this is where I think that we could be heading towards right now, guys. So keep this in mind. What Ethereum did from here is it actually came back up to just about its highs, and it sort of made sort of a triple top, right? But each time it sort of makes a higher low as we go. Now, if this was continue to play out like it has been playing, once again, trolls, I hear you, you can't necessarily compare, but if it was to play out again, right, we would come up, make a triple top, come back down to our weekly support bands, and then continue up. Right, so what would that look like on our current price action? Well, let's go back and look at our current price action. And I basically took the bars pattern and overlaid it. You can see how it's playing out pretty nicely here. Obviously, fractals aren't about exact price movements. It's just about the general trends in the market. So if it was to play out, we might see something like this. Now, you might be saying, Jordan, does that mean that we're going to go sideways here for maybe maybe 5, 6, 7 weeks? Maybe, but that does not mean that the whole cryptocurrency market has to go sideways. It might just mean that Ethereum coils up for what ends up being a massive move to the upside. We know back in 2017 when we did this same exact thing, guys, Ethereum did kind of hover on its 20-week moving average. You guys can see for about 8 weeks, so about 2 months before it actually lifted off, and did approximately about a 372% gain to the upside. Okay, so it could coil up for a couple weeks here. I mean, if we did the equivalent of that, obviously we have the fractal there, and right now we've been sort of hovering on the 20-week for 2 weeks now, right? 1, 2. So if we went for another 6 weeks, maybe until, we don't want to hear that, but maybe until the middle of November, Ethereum kind of just fluctuates in this range. And then we sort of have that giant move to the upside, which was 357%. If that was to play out again, you'd be looking at about a 15K Ethereum, which I think is pretty realistic. I mean, I always hear 20K Ethereum, 30K Ethereum. Very, very high price targets. I think somewhere between 10 and 15 makes the most sense to me. Like I said, you guys know I love Ethereum. Ethereum is my freaking wife, right? We're married at this point. And she loves me and I love her. But we got to remember that 20 to 30K might be a little bit too optimistic. I'm not going to say it's impossible. We've seen crazy things in the past, but we got to remember what sort of Ethereum did in 2017 with a much less market cap. That would equate to about a 15K Ethereum, which I think is, still pretty high. It's about a 5x for now, but keep in mind that, that's what we did. So like we said, if Ethereum does go sideways for maybe 7 to 8 weeks here, not 7 or 8 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 more weeks, that doesn't mean the rest of the crypto market has to go down. If we go back and look at what Bitcoin did during those six weeks that Ethereum went sideways, you can see Bitcoin went from about $4,000 all the way pretty close to about $10,000. So during that time frame where Ethereum went sideways, Bitcoin did about 127% move to the upside. So like we said, we know these coins go in waves, right? You see one coin go, you see the next coin go. Maybe maybe Bitcoin has its run, right? We haven't seen a Bitcoin season per se in a long time, right? We've sort of seen altcoin season for really this whole year, besides the dip that we had in May, June, and July, where Bitcoin caught up against alts. As the market has moved up, you've seen altcoins outperform Bitcoin countless times over and over and over again. So maybe Bitcoin is due for it to run up, and then you're going to see alts go up like you did at the end of 2017. Just a theory. Now, if we zoom a little bit more on the daily chart for Ethereum, we know we broke out of this falling wedge, right? So we know our target is eventually $4,000, and that would match up perfectly with our fractal, where if Ethereum, maybe it has a dip first and then comes back up, it's not going to go up in a straight line, but if Ethereum did go back up to this $4,000 range, that would match up perfectly with our sort of a triple top scenario like we had in 2017. Would match up pretty well with that, where maybe you see come back up to 4,000, come back down, right? Maybe back test this high or something, and then start to round out and then move back up while just making higher lows the entire time. So you're sort of making this ascending triangle pattern throughout the times, just like you sort of did back in 2017, where you guys can see here, you just made an ascending triangle all the way up, and eventually you broke it out. That's the scenario that I think is maybe not the most plausible, but is certainly a scenario that we have to keep an eye on. Okay. Now, other than that, I mean, you guys know I'm a big fan of the EMA ribbons. You can see here, when you're below it, usually pretty bearish. You can see here, we struggle to get back above it. You can see here, we hold it as support when we're above it here. We broke back below it, and we made a nice W pattern out on the bottom of it, which is usually what you do. I mean, if you look at the past, guys, look at right here. You had a W pattern when you went below it. You broke back above it, and that pushed you all the way back up. You had a very similar thing here where you slightly went below the daily EMA ribbon, and then you smash back above it. And I'm expecting that to, once again, get you back up to your target, up to 4,000, and then we'll see what we do from there. I want nothing more than Ethereum just to go to the moon tomorrow. You guys know I love Ethereum. Like I said, I married her. We have rings together, okay? But we got to stay somewhat realistic here, and that's something that's certainly a scenario that we could see play out with this fractal. Okay, guys. So that's the video today. Just a quick Ethereum update. Let me know if you like the the skit in the beginning there. I want to keep doing those. I really do enjoy doing those. So hit the like button if you enjoyed that. Subscribe if you guys are new. Go follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. All right. Catch you guys later. Peace.